Good evening, students. Let us start the new video. Okay, we are going to discuss about GATE 2020, right? What we are going to discuss, it is about GATE 2020 and the same old fashion. What is, which is 5 questions daily. Okay, so the first question is about aromaticity. You have to select how many of these molecules are aromatic. Okay, so I'm going to draw all that molecules and you will find out how many of them are aromatic. Okay, it is a very easy question, NAT type, which is being asked your in your exam, GATE 2020. Okay, positive charge, you have this compound. There is positive charge here. This is the next compound. You have this compound as well. Okay, so yeah. Okay, that's your question. Okay, now you need to understand that how many of them are aromatic. You know that in an aromatic compound we follow Huckel rule. 4n plus 2 pi electrons are present in a molecule, then it is called aromatic, otherwise it is non-aromatic. Okay, so first thing first, this is not aromatic because this carbon is sp3 and it is not going to be cyclic rotation of the double bonds or the electrons, so this is not aromatic. Okay, this is aromatic because 6 pi electrons are present here, so this is aromatic. 2 plus 2, it is 4, not aromatic. It is 4, not aromatic. 2 aromatic. This is aromatic. Okay, benzene ring is present here, so it is aromatic. Okay, in this instant it is aromatic. 2 to 4 to 6, so it is aromatic, and this is not aromatic. 2, 4, 6 and 8. 8 pi electrons are present in this molecule, that is not aromatic. So we can count how many of them are aromatic. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the answer is 4. So that's your question number 1. You have been asked how many of these molecules are aromatic. So number 4 are the molecules which are aromatic, otherwise they are not aromatic. Okay, the next question says, it is from reagents. Have you read about reagents chapter? You have different type of reagents and you need to know about the function of each reagent. Okay, so what your question says is that you have a reactant like this and you are converting it in a product like this. So it is a conjugated system, and without disturbing this conjugation you are reducing that oxygen into alcohol. So it is a ketone here and you are reducing it to alcohol. So how many options are being given for this? First option is H2PD charcoal, B hydrazine, NH2NH2, KOH and heat. C option is NaBH4, okay, CeCl3 and 7H2O. Okay, the next is lithium in liquid ammonia. So these are your 4 options and you need to find out which one is correct. how can you convert this molecule into this? Which reagent will you use? This is H2PD charcoal. It will dehydrogenate, or you can say that it will act on this double bond and convert this double bond into single bond. Okay, so this is not the correct option. NH2 is not also, the hydrazine is not being used for this purpose also. Lithium in the lithium in liquid ammonia is also not the correct choice for this for this question, because lithium in liquid ammonia is also behave like reducing this double bond into single bond. So there is only one option left, which is NaBH4 in CeCl37H2O, which will reduce this ketone into alcohol. Okay, so you need to learn about the reagents and their specific purposes, and you can have these questions in your hand easily. Now, question number 9, or we can say the question which is being asked from general science. Okay, so from general science perspective, a question is being asked. What was that question? The question is like this: x and y coordinates are being there are two values x and y which will be placed on y axis, and we have z which is placed on x axis. So the below given statement which is incorrect, you have to choose the incorrect option for this graph. Okay, so I am writing the question here. We have to choose the incorrect statement. Okay, the first statement says for fixed z, x is proportional to y. The second option is for fixed y, we have x proportional to z. For C option says for fixed x, z is proportional to y, and fourth is x y upon z is constant. Okay, so listen carefully here. You don't know, you know that they are in multiplication and they are directly proportional to the third quantity, which is z. So xy product, xy coordinate product is directly proportional to z. So if we fix z, suppose if we fix z, then we cannot say about x and y. They are just multiplied products. We cannot say they are inversely proportional or directly proportional. So this is your incorrect option. Okay, and we can cross check this with all these options. If we fix y, if we fix this one, then again you can say that x is proportional to z. If we fix x here, then we can say y is proportional to z. Okay, that's fine. Now the last one is x y upon z is a constant. So if I remove this proportionality constant and have a constant here k, then I can say xy upon z is equal to k. Okay, this statement is also true. So we have to find the incorrect statement. The first option is your incorrect option. Okay, incorrect statement. We have the 3 questions till now. The next one is, okay, I have just done 4 questions today. I'm very sorry about that. How can I do this mistake? I have with me your last question of today's lecture. Okay, so listen it. This is also from your GS questions. Okay, so GS question is, what your question says is a very big statement here, very big statement. Okay, I am going to write it down for you. Just wait a minute. In one of the greatest innings innings ever seen. Are you interested in cricket? This is somewhat related with cricket, okay? 142 years of test. History is being made by Ben Stokes. An England player, Ben Stokes, created history here. History, Ben Stokes, okay? The name is Ben Stokes, who is from England. You know that? After the tempo, in it's a very long statement question, okay? So you need to have some patience. And a half hour. And this question is purely on logic. There is no such thing it is hard or anything, but just you read it and you get the answer. So where was I? Half hour, long stay of 219 balls. Okay, balls. So do any one of you loves cricket or watching it? It's a they are saying about test cricket. Okay, so he played for 11 hours. Oh, he played for 5.5 hours. Okay, and played 219 balls, including 11 fours and 8 sixes. This is just information. There is no point in frustrating, or you can say that from having any kind of doubt. Can you solve this? You can solve this. You can solve this easily. And 8 sixes. I'm just going to complete this very long statement. Okay, so that's why you need to have some patience. Him. Okay, great things comes with patience. Always remember this thing. When you are patient enough, great things will come your way. You need to be patient. Okay, everything will come in your way when you are patient. As England, so it is an England player, as not out as England squared. So I know this incident. The five match series. Okay. So first option is upped, which is wrong matched. Okay. First option is upped, increased. First option is upped, increased. Second is squared, lost. Okay. C, tempo, enthusiasm. Okay. D option is so resulted in. Okay. Listen now. Listen. I'm going to explain you the incident. What happened was, he was playing for his country, England, of course, and they were doing just good, but they were struggling a bit. Ben Stokes came for batting, and he upped the tempo. Upped the tempo means he played beautifully or exceptionally well in 5.5 hours. Okay, he played for 5.5 hour long day and played 219 balls and scored 11 fours and 8 sixes and finishes off on 135 not out. He scored how much runs? 135 not out, as in England squared the 5 match series. So when they were playing against somebody, they squared that series with the help of Ben Stokes inning. Okay, do you understand me? Ben Stokes played an exceptional knock or played very well to square up the series. Square up the series means there is a tie between that other country and the England. Okay, England was playing against another country and they were ahead of them before in the test series, and if they lost the England, if England lost this match, they can be in big trouble. So so that's the situation, and you can see it is being written, all the details are written here. So what you need to know is that this upped word is being correctly matched with this expression. Upped means increase. Yes, he increased. Okay, he increased. So this statement is correct. This is not wrong. Squared, I'll come to this statement in last. Tempo means enthusiasm. Yeah, that is also correct. When he played a great inning, the morale of the team will give up. Okay, no, not give up, rise up. Okay, so and resulted in. So, so the word so means resulted in. Okay, so that's also correct. When he played this inning, it resulted in making him 135 runs not out. Okay, so this statement is incorrect. Why this statement is incorrect? Squared up means when he played this inning, they obviously won that match. If they won that match, the series is being leveled. Okay, let us say, let's take an example. If a 5 match series is there, then they won that match, and they were when they were lagging behind, they won that match and they are now leveled up the series. Both the teams are on 1-1. So that is mean that what that this word squared means. Okay, so they squared, that means not lost, they won that match. Okay, so that's it, that's your question. Okay, and thank you for today's lecture. Watching this video will be coming, I'll be here for you in the next video with 5 more questions as usual, and keep practicing, keep learning and doing these questions, and thank you so much.